Hello and welcome to Bites Bread and Barbecue. I'm Ross Contino. Today we're going to be talking about making Italian bread fast. I know that there are various ways to make Italian bread, and I'm always looking for a way to mimic what my grandmother used to make. A few years ago, I actually bought a book that was called the 60-Minute Bread Book, and in that is a recipe for Italian bread that tastes almost exactly like my grandmother's. This book was published in 1985. It can sometimes be difficult to find. I did see it this morning on Amazon for about $7. I thought it was out of print. I still use this. The entire first third of the book is breads that you can make under 60 minutes. The Italian bread takes more or less 2 hours, but that's still relatively quick for homemade bread. So we're going to go ahead and start making some Italian bread. We're going to start with 3 cups of flour. Regular bread flour is what I used. To that I add a half cup of semolina to give it a little bit of a nutty flavor and increase the protein content. You're going to take 1 1/4 cup of hot water. And to that mixture you're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast and allow it to sit for 15 minutes to activate. You're going to add 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a half tablespoon of sugar to the dry ingredients. You're going to thoroughly mix your dry ingredients so you don't get pockets of salt and sugar in your bread. You're going to add to the dry ingredients 1 egg white and 1 1/4 tablespoon of olive oil, as well as the yeast and water mixture. You're going to mix that by hand and then 3 minutes on a bread hook. This will leave you with a well-formed dough. You're going to take that dough and knead it on a floured surface for 5 to 6 minutes. Form a well-shaped ball. You're going to take that ball and place it back into the mixing bowl and set it aside for 15 minutes and cover it. The dough will increase in size. Then you're going to knead it again on the floured surface into a log shape. You're going to place it in a well-greased bread pan, and I usually make 3 or 4 incisions in the top with a razor blade to allow for expansion. It'll look something like this. You're going to set that aside for 25 minutes in a warm place and allow it to rise. And then place the loaf in the oven for 40 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Set it aside to cool and eat. Before concluding, I do want to make mention of one little fact. I have been told by very experienced bakers that by rushing bread like we just did in a 2-hour process, it can cause people who have gluten sensitivity or gluten allergies to be even more affected by the dough. For some reason, when you have a very slow fermenting process, it seems to affect those people less. Plus, a slow fermentation process, such as using a biga or a poolish, is supposed to release a lot of minerals into the dough, such as iron, magnesium, and it's supposed to be more easily digestible. In addition, a slow fermentation process with a poolish also gives the bread a longer shelf life. I'm not sure what the reason is behind that, but it is in fact true. So I just wanted to make mention of those things. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button down below or the thumbs up button. That helps me with YouTube, and thanks for stopping by.